Okay. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit of my journey. So I'm on the road right now. It's currently raining. Um, if you look at my previous video, you'd see where I said that it's normally like this, right? In the tropical or in the Caribbean region where it's hot at one time, especially now during the hurricane season. So it's really hot at one time, and then that builds up a lot of moisture in the air. You know, the whole cycle that I spoke about before. And then it starts raining. So if you look above me, the skies are gray. However, if you look over there, the skies are really blue and nice. So it's really funny. However, we like it, we survive, we enjoy it. I just took a brief stop to update you guys. This is the road that I'm walking on. This is the guest house behind of me. The lady that lives here just asked me if I wanted a raincoat, but I told her no, that's fine. I had no idea there was guests in there though. She sort of she almost frightened me. But that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna continue heading down to the bus stop, down that way, to catch a bus to get where I'm going. So stay tuned for all of that. Still heading to my destination. But I got a bus. Put me here. So heading to a little, what we like to call a shortcut. Well, I guess everyone know what a shortcut is, right? There's a little shortcut there to my destination. Just give you guys a little aerial view of where I am right now. Alright, just a little aerial view of where I am right now. To be honest, this is one thing we could say for sure is that the island that I live on is really beautiful. Alright, I believe we all can agree on that. But right now I am using one crutch to walk. I do have two of them. So speak to you guys in a minute. Alright, so let me show you guys something that I do for fun. Alright, well, not for fun actually. Well, it's actually fun to me, but something that I do. We'll get into more details later on. But I like to make juice. I like to make local juices with and when I say local juices, I mean like fruit juices. Right, instead of purchasing juices in the shop. Okay, let me adjust this a little bit just so you guys can see me. There we go. Okay, so what I do was I picked guavas. Alright, I picked guavas. Yes, to those who may not know for sure what a guava is, this one is kind of huge, I'm not gonna lie. Bigger the better, right? So let's see if I can adjust that a bit. Hopefully you guys can see me. Alright, so what I normally like to do is I like to cut off the head like this. See? Throw it away. But make sure it's washed. It's washed. I like to cut it in half like this. See? Halves. Really nice. See how that's nice. I like to put them in a pot. I like to put them in a pot, as you can see. My guava is cut in half. Oh my god. after that, and give them some water, give them a nice rinse, shake them up a bit. Make sure you pour the water nicely. You can use a strainer, you can use your hand like me. I just do this. Alright, don't pour them out. Use my hand sort of like a strainer. And I fill it up with water, as you can see. Fill it up with water. That's too much. I like it to be just above the fruits. Yeah, so about that. See, just sitting above the fruit barely. Let me just pour a little bit more because they floating a little bit. Okay, like this. All right. I think I have flowers. I've been told I have OCD, so I like things to be a particular way. But I like it like this, you know, not too floaty. Doesn't sit down too much. And what I usually do is I like to light the stove and put them on the fire to boil a bit. So stay tuned for that. All this is part of the juice making process. So how I like to do it. I also like to put like spices. Like if I have like literal spice, I would sprinkle some in there, or whatever, you know, nice spices. I also like to put essence also, so like almond essence, for example, or vanilla. Either one is fine. And yeah, stay tuned for that. Okay, so I need to find a way. This one I cannot use my hand to strain. Matter of fact, I'm not going to strain it. I washed it. I took off the head, which can sometimes have like insects and stuff in the top there. So I made sure to remove that. I showed that to you guys. I cut them in half to allow them to boil faster instead of the whole thing and then the heat trying to get to the center of it to boil it. Also, I guess that will help to release juices, because I also use the water that I boil it in, because in there has a lot of nutrients and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on right now. I am going to let it cool down a bit, and then I am going to show you guys the next step, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, so we here right now. We have our guava. It's cooled. Let's see if I can show that to you guys. Not really, but the guava is really cooled right now. Let me just show you guys one while it's boiled. This is it when it's boiled. It's really juicy right now. So this is it. I'm sorry, but I washed it. I made sure I washed everything before I put it to boil. So the juice right now, the juices are really sweet and really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this Ninja blender here. I'll show you can see the bottom of it. This Ninja blender here. Yeah, it was 1000 watts, but I'm just going to be taking the guava and putting it in there together and then pouring over the sauce, the juices that I boiled out basically. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so this is it. I'm just gonna be scooping this up, placing it in here. Alright, so this is gonna be the process for now. This is a piece of spice. Like I said, I like to add spices and so in there just to give it a little bit of flavor. And that is one of the benefits of boiling your guava. I know a lot of people like it fresh, which is good, which is fine. Also, when you blend it, you can also blend it with spices. However, I prefer to boil my guava. Why? Because I feel like there is an aftertaste that it has when you don't boil it. I drank a lot of guava juice, so I have witnessed or experienced that aftertaste. I don't particularly enjoy it, right? So this is the guava. See, there's some seeds and stuff here. If you look at the juices of it, you see that it's slightly yellow. That means it was boiled really good, and that means the juice has there's a lot of nutrients and stuff in there. Plus there is some guava at the bottom and spices, which I also want to get in the blender. So make sure I have all of that in there. I don't really like to add water after the fact, like water from the pipe, because this one here is already boiled, which means it was purified a bit. Plus, it has juices, so I feel like the only water I should be adding is the water that's already perfect for the process. So, yeah. So that's it for right now. Just make sure this is good. All right, that's where we are right now. Now we're going to go ahead and place it. Wait, hold on, let me just cover up the container. Where does it go? Like this. One thing I like with Ninja blenders, they're really safe, they're really secure, right? So for example, well, I like this part of it. You could just open here and put stuff in, or it's literally designed to pour stuff out. See that little groove here? However, one of the things I mostly love about this is this part. This is a handle, but most of all, this serves as a safety feature, right? So you could clamp this down here, right, and it stays secure. Like, you cannot pull it unless you press that release button, and then you get the handle to open it. Like, it's super easy, it's super safe, and really convenient. So I actually really love that. Without pressing this release button, it will not open. Well, I guess unless you destroy it for some reason. But I just like to point out that it's really interesting. All right, so previously I was showing you guys so I was just showing you guys the process, adding the guava in the blender after I boil it, and I took it from the pot, I boiled it in together with the juices, and I added it into the blender right here. So what I'm going to be doing right now is blending it. Sorry about a while ago, my storage space was filled. But yeah, we're going to continue with the process, so stay tuned for that. Yo, I was speaking to my brother, right, just a while ago, and he was saying that he prefers his guava juice fresh, like just pick them off the tree and stuff like that, wash them, I mean, come on, and then wash them and then throw them in the blender. So I was telling him I don't really like it like that, but as I was blending this, I was looking at it in the blender and I was like, why it looks so creamy? Usually, like, it just look really nice. So so let me proceed to straining it, because after you blend it, of course, there's still like small, like tiny bits pieces of seeds that I like to use a strainer to get rid of. Make sure the juices are consistent and not grainy. I don't like my juice grainy. I'm not sure if anyone does, but I don't. So let me see how I can do this here. so you guys could see. Yeah, I'm gonna try to show you guys how it's done. There we go. Okay, got my sugar. I'm using brown sugar for this. Hopefully it doesn't change the color too much, but even if a little change of color, it should still be good. So let's see. You can have it. All right. So I don't think that's enough sugar, but of course you want to add the sugar in gradually so you hit that sweet spot. Not too sweet, but you know, just sweet enough. Okay, something that I have not told you guys is that people actually buy this juice that I'm making. Where is it? I saw a piece of spice here that I wanted to remove. You'll actually buy this juice if I'm making. Someone actually recommended that I make one with not a lot of, like very little sugar. I think that they're diabetic, therefore I want to actually cater to them this time because, you know, I want to actually try to cater to them this time. So if this amount of sugar is good, then I'll go ahead and prepare. I'll go ahead and prepare some juice for them. But if it already has too much sugar, then I'm sorry. I think it already has like close to the amount of sugar that it should have. So I guess next time. Sorry about that. See this? Guava juice. Yo, I know it's not straight from the tree, but what could be more fresh than this? Oh my god. Oh, the thing is, right? The thing is, I didn't have to add much sugar to it. That is the beauty when making juices like this because the guava was already very sweet, and so I didn't have to add much sugar. But I'm just going to give it a teeny bit more. Not too much, just a little bit more. Yeah, because it does have a tiny bit of sourness to it, which honestly adds to the flavor, which is fine. But I want it to be a little less in terms of sourness. Okay, so that was awesome. If I'm being very honest, then add this amount and we should be perfect. Okay, so to make this amount of juice, I probably had about 7 to 8 guavas, also probably 9, give or take. But you saw the size that I showed you guys, right? All of them was not that size, so the size varied in terms of what I had. So I could say from the size that I showed you guys, I probably had like 7 guavas if I were to add them up, or if all of them were to be that size. Yeah, you get what I mean. So I added a little bit more sugar. It's brown sugar, and you see it didn't really change the color that much. That is what I also love, which is sort of weird, but I really love that, so that's fine. Okay. Oh, here is it. Yeah, this is the piece of spice that I wanted to catch. I'll just put it in a cup here, which I'm going to taste this portion in. It might be a little bit too much for taste, right? But I really like juice, so let me just see. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. This juice is perfect. This juice is perfect. Oh my god. You know, one thing I learned when you're making things, make something that you like, make something that you enjoy, no matter what it is. As long as you're creating it, make it in a way that you enjoy it, right? And that way, you know, other people will enjoy it. So I'm not saying that only make things that you enjoy, but if you make something and you do not like it, then probably not offer it to other people. That sort of thing. Like, yeah, that's one of the things I learned in life. Hmm. Oh my god. Yeah. This juice here is perfect. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove the juice from here. I may place it in the freezer. I'm not too sure. Yes, I will place it in the freezer once I do some cleaning up. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna wash the strainer, wash the cup, everything that I have, and then because I'm going to be preparing to pour it into the bottles, like I say, people do buy this juice, the juices that I make. So I'm gonna prepare it. All right, so let me just place this in the freezer to chill for now, and stay tuned for the actual process of putting it or packaging the juices and preparing it to sell. Okay. Thank you guys for being patient with me. So I honestly, initially I wanted to show you guys the process of making the product itself or pouring it into the bottles, but things got a bit hectic, unfortunately. But I have the finished product here, which I can show you guys. So this is the guava juice. It's really frozen right now. I keep them in the freezer. There's a bit of ice here, but this is the guava juice that I made yesterday. So that's the bottle. It's properly sealed. So yeah, it's really safe. I did make a juice before that. Oh, and I have different sizes also. I have this size, like this is a smaller one, so you know, the kid size, adult size, that sort of stuff is good. And I also have this juice here right now. This one, this juice, see, it's really icy. I keep them in the freezer because that just keeps them a bit more preserved, in my opinion. And I also make popsicles, or ice pop, we like to call it in my country. See, like just these ice snacks for kids and so on a hot day like right now, especially in the tropical climate where we are. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the end product and ultimately just say, you know, if you have a goal, if you have a dream, again, I just want to say, like, work towards it, right? Honestly, this is not my goal, this is not my dream here right now, but I mean, it keeps you alive. Honestly, just having something to do, especially something that is productive, it really keeps you alive, and that also teaches you valuable like points, factors. Like, it teaches you ways to overcome obstacles. It really teaches you a bunch, right? So even though this is not my goal right now, I have my dream. I really have a huge dream, right, which I'm looking forward to. But you know, I learned to start with what you have, use what you have, and then everything with time and consistency, it will come together, right? Everything will come to fruition. So that's really my advice today. It is Sunday where I'm at right now, so have a wonderful Sunday, you guys. Not sure when you will see this video, but thank you for tuning in, and see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.